as the writer, I mean, you're the one who gets, like, you get the last word, right? In a way, on all of this, you know? And I wonder kind of how you, I mean, suddenly I feel like we're in a therapy session, but like, how do you, like that I caused, and I apologize for that, but I'm curious, like, about, you know, the fact that you as the writer, this privileged position in a way that you're in, that you get to tell this story, and kind of, I mean, I don't think you should have any feelings of guilt or anxiety about these things, but I'm wondering, like, just how you feel about just the act of, these people are no longer, we assume, no longer with us, your mother and Atlantis, and whether, how much or if at all you struggled with, can I even tell like their story without their permission or whatever?
Oh, for sure. The responsibility in memoir, it feels huge. I also felt responsible. There are living family members in this book, and it was interesting when I finally felt ready to share drafts with them. You know, I wanted so very much for us all to remember the same things, and you know that we know in fiction as well, people can lose entire friendships and relationships and spouses. You know, a lot of people don't want to be written about. So yes, I had fidelity to the truth. I had the responsibility of telling something the way I saw it, but I also, I didn't want to mar anyone's memory in terms of tarnish. I didn't want to do that, but I had to be honest. It would have been a horribly boring book if I didn't go into some of the real dark places that Atlantis went to in particular.
And you frame it as, you know, you always frame it as, I am telling what I understand of this story. I'm telling what I know, what I experience, never speaking for her or for really anyone in your family, but your own experience is your own, and no one can take that away from you, right? I mean, so in a way, it's, again, it goes back to whose story this is. Like, it's your story, even though these other people are characters in them. It's ultimately your interpretation of them.
Very, very, very smart, Chris. That's a very smart observation. And I would add, then there are the times when people lie to us, right? And when we figure out that they were lying. So there's a moment in the book when Atlantis is leaving me. She's left me a voicemail, and it's towards the end of part 2, and she's pretty much about to flee the country. And she says to me on the voicemail, Gretchen is actually a really good person. And Gretchen was not a good person, to put it mildly. I believe Atlantis was lying to me. I also believe that she had a figurative gun to her head when she told me that lie. So yes, with memoir, you know, it can't just be what the person told you. It has to be what you understand the subtext is. What they are not saying is, of course, even more important sometimes than what they say.